Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is Crypto Elite. In today's video, we are covering the news. You probably heard it before, but the SEC is cracking down on staking in the US. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about how Polygon is doing something pretty exciting, especially with the Super Bowl right around the corner. And then lastly, some somewhat bad news with PayPal. And there's always silver lining with each one of these stories, so we'll talk about that. But before we get there, let's check out the overall portfolio. And in this YouTube channel, it's slightly different than every other crypto YouTube channel out there. I'm 100% transparent with my portfolio, and this is it. You get to see it every single day that I put out these videos. Right now, I'm at about 17,250, which is pretty wild because I was just checking out the thumbnail for my last video, and I was at $18,200. So we dropped about $1,000 from the overall portfolio, and that's just because Bitcoin took a massive, somewhat of a dump, is the best way to say it, and that's just has to do with the news that we'll talk about with the SEC. With that in mind, I'm still very overall bullish on Bitcoin. I still want to average in and try and get that full BTC, and right now I'm almost halfway there. I also have Ethereum, USDC, which now that the overall market has started to come back a little bit, I am okay with starting to average in. So probably this weekend when I have a little bit of time, I will start my averaging. So you should be able to see that coming in soon. I have a couple cryptos in mind that I want to average into, and it's not going to be all at once. It'll be a slow deployment of capital, so you will see that and updated videos as it does happen. And then lastly, I do have Cardano, which is 100% of a hold right now. But that is the overall portfolio. And as you can see, even if I zoom out to the 30-day, even though there was a massive dump in the overall crypto market, hundreds of millions of dollars gone, it barely has even nicked the surface of the overall crypto portfolio. Still up and to the right for the most part. So that is very good to see. And why am I still pretty big on Bitcoin? I'm backed by Pantera Capital, which is one of the largest players out there. They have even said that Bitcoin has hit a bottom. So they're even saying that the crypto winter, it's over. It's bull season now. It might not happen right away. It might take a little bit of time, but there's not going to be any more of these massive dumps that we saw unless something unforeseen happens, like the FTX crash or Three Arrows Capital, something like that. And they also say blockchain assets using Bitcoin as a proxy have already hit bottom. So that is what these large institutions are thinking. They're also saying that I believe that blockchain assets have seen the lows and that we're in the next bull cycle, which is the CEO of Pantera. So that is very, very interesting. And he's also saying that we're going to begin to grind higher. So the prices won't necessarily rise in a straight line from this point, as the optimism translates into finding a wall of worry. So there's going to be a little bit of ups, there's going to be a little bit of downs, but he's saying that all in all, we are starting to climb back up. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. And the next thing, of course, Kraken. As you probably already heard, Kraken is going to end on-chain staking services for US clients, and this is because of a very recent settlement with the SEC, and they have agreed to stop all of its staking except for ETH, which they physically can't stop it because the Shanghai upgrade isn't there. So what does that mean? Every single US client, they're going to stop their staking of any crypto besides ETH, and it's automatically going to get moved back into their wallet. So that was the overall outcome. So there's good and bad with this. Of course, regulation is pros and cons, but I think in the good light, the silver lining to this is that it's going to make Ethereum more decentralized overall. So these big institutions, these big companies like Coinbase, Kraken, they have humongous say in what the overall Ethereum ecosystem does just because of how much money they have in their staking pool. Now that these large companies, they don't have as much of a stake because they can't use customer funds for those stake, they have to move the customers, they have to move their Ethereum elsewhere and stake it in other locations. By doing this, they're making the overall ecosystem more decentralized. So that is the silver lining to what is going on with the SEC staking down, the cracking down, not staking down. The next thing I want to talk about is Polygon. So Polygon had the single day NFT trading volume reaching $11.4 million, and that's pretty impressive because it's about half of where Ethereum is, and Polygon is less than half of the market cap of Ethereum. So it's pretty impressive what they're doing, and it's just because of how cheap Polygon is. And the jump in Polygon's activity is because of the recent collaboration between Reddit and the NFL with the goal of minting Polygon-inspired Super Bowl collectible avatars. And at the moment, there's been over 1.1 million avatars minted, and all of that minting activity has just spurred a bunch of funds, as you can see, volume, about $11.4 million worth of volume. So it's very, very good to see. Polygon is one of the larger cryptos and actually has been one of the more resistant to big price swings in the downward motion recently. So they're ranked number 9, which is very, very impressive. The last thing that I wanted to talk about has to do with PayPal. PayPal is pausing the stablecoin project amid a Paxos probe. So once again, more regulations coming in, and Paxos, they have a stablecoin out there, and they were also working with PayPal to put a different one out there so PayPal could continue their Web3 integrations. But because of the New York Department of Financial Services investigating Paxos, PayPal is deciding to slow the roll, take a step back, and wait and see what happens. Unfortunately, because that was supposed to be launched in just a couple weeks, but it does make sense why PayPal is slowing their roll on this. So I will keep you posted when that does come out. So guys, as you know, the overall crypto market has been going up and down. I'm taking this time to buy crypto every single day, including in my aggressive portfolio, which I expect these cryptos to go up 5 to 10x in the next bull cycle, which according to Pantera is right now. If you're interested in that, check out this Patreon link in the description below. If not, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next one.